Welcome to Big Easy Garage. In this episode, we paint some more stuff on the K10, give us some upgrades, and keep you informed. Come on, check it out. Right now we've got our intake manifold and the gaskets did come in. These are, I think, LS1 gaskets is basically what they are. But either way, we got Felpro set of gaskets. The Edelbrock generic quality, whatever. These are their old gaskets. As you can see, this is the side that went in and it was super nice and smooth. Looks really good. This side was the side that was on the outside's all ate up from everything. So we're gonna change those out. The part number for the Felpro gaskets is an MS92438. Pretty straightforward. Cleaned a lot of this already. Looking over it, I kind of make sure that everything's good as I go through it, but I think we're good. Open this up, grab our gaskets out. I'm not gonna put any grease in the holes. These are thick enough that they're gonna slide in and lock in anyway. They also have a small tab at the top. It gives you a reference point. So we're gonna pop these in and looking at them. There is a ridge on one side, like a flat ridge. One's flat, one's kind of raised. So I don't know what that's about. I may have to look at that. These are all flat here, so we're gonna go, let's see. Nope, according to this, the way it's put together, the raised part rotates inside. So try not to pull just so I'm sitting. Top nub hole may be a problem. Oh, no, there it goes. It slid right in. There we go. So either way, I'm going to jump on these, the rest of 7, get these installed, and we'll see you guys in a time lapse. All right, there you have it. They're all installed. So we can get you in here and take a look at it. But everything fit really nice and easy, went together really well. The only thing I could really say that I don't care about is the locating tab is a little bit different design and size than what is on the manifold itself. Being that these are Felpro gaskets and not Edelbrock gaskets, I can understand that. But let's take a look at it. I'll show you what we're talking about. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is more rounded here and it's more pointed on the gasket. But other than that, they're in. We're going to stab this thing on the truck and get her looking pretty good. Hold tight. Intake manifold is in. I still got to get the pipe plug for the back there. But I painted it black to kind of stand out and I'm letting it dry right now. And I got to find my paste to put on there. But anyway, I got the hardware in, cleaned up, and got it all tightened down. Make sure you read your torque specs on that. Or not, like I did. Just kind of tighten it until you feel like it's a little too much. It's pretty good. Anyway, but it's in. Gonna get our MSD box mounted up here. Get some things wired up. And man, we're getting closer and closer. It ain't gonna be long now. All right, let's get that MSD box and that pipe plug and we'll get this installed. Well, it's time to work in the shop a little bit some more. And I think we're gonna start with the exhaust manifolds, try to get the heat shield off and clean these things up, see if we can't get them painted. And we've got some bolts coming in for them. So they should be here before too long. We'll get those installed when we get the bolts in. But let's see what we're working with. Here are our stock exhaust manifolds. And I've already got the heat shield off of this one, but we're going to start with this one now. Get why they ever put a seatbelt on there, I'm not real sure. But we're going to cut that off, get this heat shield off, and then we're going to get some of these cut brushes and wire wheels, clean them up, see if we can't get these things slicked up a little bit to paint. So let me get the seatbelt off real quick, get this dust cover off, and I'll start cleaning these up. I'm not going to bore you guys with the cleaning detail of it. Like I did before, we're just going to use a wire wheel and a cut brush, just get in all the cracks and crevices, clean it up real good, and then I'll show you the finished product. But give me just a minute, let me get this taken care of. All right, well, we just got finished cleaning up one of them with the cut brush and the wire disc. And I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but I just want to show you the difference. I mean, I've still got to wipe this one down, and I've still got to do some more cleaning on it. But all of this scale and rust and trash and all that, I look how clean this one's coming out. And once I clean this one up real good, wipe it all down, and then coat it with a ceramic header paint, so it's going to look very, very good. And it'll cost us the amount of the ceramic header paint and the amount of time that I put on it, which has been about 20 or 30 minutes so far, and the $4.99 that I paid for the multi-pack of brushes. Once again, I'm using the disc and the cut brush, but I will tell you the disc has been the MVP so far. The way that these manifolds are shaped up in here, around here, the edges, that disc just gets in there so well, and you can angle it and grind it back and forth or clean it up, and it's really making quick work of this, looking really good. But anyways, all right, that was an update. Let me get back to it. We'll catch you in a minute. All right, we got the manifolds sanded down, and we are rust treating them basically with a cheap, inexpensive, just Loctite, with a Loctite extend rust neutralizer, converts light rust to paintable surface. Basically, that's what we're doing. We just sprayed that on there, trying to help neutralize some of the rust, and then we're going to take some ceramic header paint, coat it up real good, real nice, clean it up, and that should work just fine. And I told you guys in the last video that we were working on the power steering and alternator bracket, but I had to get a puller to get everything off. So I got the bracket there. It's cleaned up real good. We're going to spray it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Hold tight. All right, finished product of the bracket for the alternator and the power steering pump. Obviously, it's upside down at the moment because I wanted to stand it up, get all the areas. It's not perfect. It was really hard to get the whole, all the nooks and crannies clean. But I mean, from afar, it looks pretty good. And I mean, I really can't complain with it. We saved a bunch of money. We didn't have to buy anything for it. We already had the paint from other projects we were using. So, I mean, as you can tell, it looks pretty good. Anyways, but we're gonna get that installed pretty soon. We're waiting on the bolts for that because I didn't have the bolts for it. Other things that we did do, today's Thanksgiving, by the way, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone. But we did go ahead and mount our MSD box. And I know it's backwards, but it's because of this vacuum port. And I got to find out if I can take that off if I need it, how that works. But right now, the vacuum port is hitting the intake there. So when I flip it around. Anyway, we got that, and then we've got our oil pressure sensor in the back. Of course, I think you already know that we have the intake bolted on, doing a few things like that. Just minor stuff, trying to get things dialed in. Show you these, I had to clean out the bed of the truck once more. It got filled up and it's starting to get that way again. But there's the headers, or the manifolds, factory manifolds that we're gonna put on it. I've got to go get some paint tomorrow. Like I said, today's Thanksgiving and the stores are closed. But we'll get some header paint for that tomorrow and get those stuck in, or at least painted up. And then here's our coil packs that we're going to clean up and reuse, but I've got to clean up all of the packs, make sure all the wires are good, and then clean the brackets on that. So anyways, well, we appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to get those painted, so stay with us for that. I am going to get that taken care of on this video. I don't know if you guys have seen the interior of the truck, but so far this is what it looks like. We've got new carpet on the floor, and we've got new carpet behind the seat. The seat's in really, really good condition. It's a new to us seat. It's not new, but it's new to us. I got to get a new windshield for it, and we're going to put a headliner kit in there, but got the new gauges and bezel in there, and of course I got to get a dash and some other stuff, but that's it. It's starting to come along pretty good. It won't be too much longer, and we'll have this thing fired up and ready to paint the town red. But here's that front steering components that I put in. As you can see, that's the new steering stabilizer. We got new tie rod ends, a new adjusting bar that goes through there, more tie rod ends. We got to change the wheels and tires out there. But all right, guys, the next thing you'll see is us painting those headers and getting those cleaned up and the finished product on that. But stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. It's a new day, and I picked up some high temp paint for you guys for these exhaust manifolds that we're going to do. And it's kind of a debate out there on the interwebs and between different people about what's good, what's bad, what works, what doesn't work, that sort of thing. And there's a handful of different options that you can use out there. One is like a high tip engine paint. One would be your barbecue grill paint, your wood furnace, like your stove paint. You could use an actual header paint or a ceramic coating, like a Cerakote or a Duracoat. Something, Duracoat is just a dry 2-part finish, but Cerakote has got a bake-on finish. And my background, I've got a lot of firearms suppressor background, and we use a lot of Cerakote on suppressors. It really helps with the heat. But a lot of those suppressors are actually made with like titanium and different alloys like that, so they don't really, see a whole lot of rust. There's no cast, So anyways, getting back to what we're talking about, I picked up some paint, but I looked at it, and like your engine paint was, I think the heat on the engine paint was something like 600-700 degrees, maybe 750. And then you have a high temp paint for like barbecue grills, but it only went to 1200. I didn't find any wood burning stove paint. So what we picked up, there was 2 of them that were on the shelf. This is what I'm looking for. Something that's on the shelf that you can pick up at your auto parts store that's going to give you a decently high resistant on heat. But I picked up the VHT flame-proof header paint. It does have a ceramic coating. It is a header's paint, and it is up to 2,000 degrees intermittently. Obviously, if you hold it at 2,000 degrees, it's going to bake right off. But that's what we're going to paint our manifolds with. Between that, there was also a Raptor company lining. So they make a Raptor lining for like spray and bed liners, but they have a 1,000 or 1K high temp paint that comes in a spray, and it goes up to $2,000. But it was a little bit more expensive, and so I just opted for this VHT. So we're going to spray our manifolds down. We've got them all cleaned up, looking pretty good. But we're going to spray those and show you what we're looking like afterwards. And just wanted something that I can pick up off the shelf. Here we are, flame proof. This is a very high temperature is what it says, up to 2,000 degrees. And this is kind of a matte or satin black. So let me paint these up and I'll show you what they look like. Oh, also in the comments, let me know what you guys use. I want to know what your opinion is on what paint you use for headers. I've looked at engine part paint too, and the problem with engine part paint, stuff for like manifolds, brackets, water pumps, it only goes up to like 250, 300 degrees. So in the comments, let me know what you guys think is the best paint for high temp, and I would prefer easily to find. I don't want some sort of NASA approved coating that you can only get in Guam or whatever. But tell me what you guys use, what kind of results you have, thin coat, heavy coat, what. So let us know in the comments, and we'll show you what these look like just as soon as we paint them. All right, just got them coated. 2 things I've noticed. One, the paint comes out super, super quick out of that VHT can. It's really hard to to get a thin coat on there. It wants to pour to it, which is fine. It looks good. But if you're a thin coat kind of guy, I don't know if that's going to be the way to do it. It just wanted to come out super smooth, super good, but super fast. So anyway, second thing is the fumes on this paint are crazy. Crazy. Definitely make sure you got a respirator. Engine paint say like Dubicolor 1634, 1635, stuff like that. Doesn't have as bad of a fume. This stuff, pretty bad. So anyway, let's get you in here to show you what we're working with. I just coated them up, so they're kind of wet. But, and of course my lighting's not great, but you can kind of see what we're talking about. Look pretty good. I got everything coated. One can, obviously did the tops, the bottoms, inside out, whatever. And I still got some left over for touch-up work, but looking pretty good so far. It dries pretty quick. I do like that, but the fumes are pretty bad. And the finish actually is pretty nice. So although it comes out fast, it comes out pretty nice. So anyways, let these tack up, dry pretty good. See if I missed anything. I'll show you what they look like when they're fully dried. But man, just let us know what you guys think about the videos and what kind of header paint you guys like. Please comment. It helps us out tremendously with the algorithm that YouTube's got. We're just trying to get our videos up there in the search feed and also give you content that you guys want to see. So please let us know what you think about that. I'll be right back to show you the finished product. All right, here's the finished product of these manifolds. I keep saying headers, but I know they're stock exhaust manifolds, but they don't have the heat shields on them. They look pretty good. They cleaned up really well. This is pretty much the final product. I checked it all out. Didn't have any light spots. Got a couple areas that are still just, trying to dry. It's cold out here, but laid on really well. Looks really good. From what you're going to see in the truck, I mean that, it's gonna look pretty decent. So here again, I spent 15 bucks on the paint. Got the exhaust manifolds for free. And while I know that it'll rob me a little bit of power, guys, I'm not building this LS to be a barn burner. It's just a daily driver going to town rig. It's gonna get probably 375 horses to the crank, maybe 400. So you do the math on that. It's not gonna be that big of a deal, but hey, you have it, VHT paint. Try to keep you guys updated on how well it does. Definitely a flat finish, but looks really good. They're gonna go on that engine and look dynamite. All right, there you have it, guys. We did some upgrades to the K10, put a little accessories on it, painted up some stuff. You know how it goes around here. Another shorter video, just so you guys can watch it, get some content, move on to the next creator. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. Please subscribe to the channel. I need all the help I can get. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We got 47, 48, something like that. It's gonna be a long road, but we're trying to put content out for you. Having a good time doing it. I just really wanted to document the K10 build, and along the way, if we get other projects or things like our shop truck, we're gonna let you know what's going on with those too. Please tell your friends, family, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Hit the like on the video. Let us know we're doing a good job. Let YouTube know that we're doing a good job. Comment, that keeps us up in the feed. That also lets YouTube know what's going on. We can interact, have a good time. So either way, I appreciate it, guys. Big Easy Garage. Catch you next week.